always loved a good, gutsy police drama on Aussie TV, from Homicide in the 60s to Division 4 and Matlock Police. In 1977, the drama got racy. The crimes took a backseat to the loves and lives of the police officers themselves.
It all happened down at the cop shop.
The cop shop universe revolved around the suburban and Riverside police station.
No, hang around here for a while, will you, Baker?
John Orcsik played Detective Mike Giorgio, a swarthy hunk of a man standing by for the slightest sniff of criminal behaviour.
Game's up, Simmons.
He was backed up by Detective Senior Sergeant Vic Cameron, played by TV veteran Terence Donovan.
I'm Detective Senior Sergeant Cameron.
George Mallaby was Detective Glenn Taylor.
She said, "You lousy rat-finned cop." How's that coming from your own 15-year-old daughter?
Peter Adams was JJ, a hard-drinking, hard-living copper who sometimes turned a blind eye to the rules.
And this time, if anybody's going to hospital, it won't be me.
And manning the phones at the station, the not-so-tough Constable Roy Baker, Gil Tucker, a desk-bound ditz who still had a bit to learn.
In the meantime, get that out of my charge counter.
The whole team were kept busy by a rogues gallery of small-time crims.
Well, in a moment, you can meet the girls again. We'll find out where they are the ones who made Cop Shop so very saucy. But first, those hunky blokes, please welcome John Orcsik. Terence Donovan. And Gil Tucker.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Welcome.
Oh. Welcome, guys. Now, John and Terence, you played the big, burly action cops, but John, you just come from a stretch on number 96 playing a homosexual. Now, that's a big jump, isn't it?
Excuse me? For John.
No, it was pretty much all the same thing, really. I mean, I had Joe Hasham to make love to a number 96. Tucker wasn't quite the same thing.
Terence, you'd had lots of experience. I was a baddie, a bad cop, and playing the bad cop. Was it a role that you embraced?
Yeah, it was an unenviable task, mainly because I had to take over from George Mallaby, and George was so good at it. But I came into that group of people who were all sort of had worked together, and they were the sort of group of people that made the whole thing like a family, and it was really quite difficult to keep them under control. I mean, so some of the directors, well, one director, in actual fact, he pulled his hair out, sort of trying to keep everybody in control in the party scenes. And in the end, he left show business and joined the Salvation Army.
And that's true.
It's true.
Absolutely true. Look, it wasn't work. Even though we started at very early in the morning and finished very late at night, we didn't go to work. It wasn't like that. We went to be with each other, and we went there just to have some fun. And that's what we did. Yeah. 6 years of fun.
Isn't that great?
And Gil, in particular, you obviously had fun with your character.
Yeah.
I know that it was to provide a bit of comic relief.
Yeah.
Did that ever worry? Did you ever want to be a tougher cop?
Not at all.
You enjoyed it?
No, I had the great joy and privilege of working very closely with Terry Norris. And the great thing about Terry and I is that we never had to discuss what was funny, you know, we just did it. But I think, yes, just with Terry and I, it was just a question of him saying, "Baker," and everyone laughed, you know.
So car chases seemed a lot of fun. John, did you have any mishaps with the car chases?
Oh, a lot. Look, in those days, unlike today, where they won't let you do your own stunts anymore, we had to do our own stunts, you know, like the driving and everything else. So we had to pull in and stop and get out of the car and chase this guy. However, because seat belts were on, you had to have the seat belt on, and you had to ram the handbrake on. Well, this particular car we had on this day was a column shift, right? So, handbrake, column shift on, and you're sliding to a stop at the same time you're spinning the wheel, and you then take the seat belt off, ignition off, and door open and out of the car before it stops moving. I'm not joking. Before it stops moving, isn't it? No. You did those on Divi 4. And you learn to do them. You stick the seatbelt under your bum and you get everything kind of ready to go. Well, it just wasn't happening. I just couldn't get it to happen. So George said, look, tell you what, mate, I'll pull the handbrake on. You ram the thing into park and turn the ignition off, and you've got the seatbelt under your bum, it'll be okay. So we do it, slide in, beautiful stop. And I'm out of the car and I'm chasing this guy. And I'm looking at the crew, just like these guys over here, only they're not anywhere near their cameras. They're alongside the two cameras and they're on the floor laughing. I turn around and I see Malaby leaning against the car. He's killing himself laughing. And I'm thinking, geez, I just got it right, fellas, what's wrong? Holding in my hand was the gear lever. I'd got so frustrated by then that I ripped the damn thing off as I slammed it into park.
But we did have some fantastic chases. I remember once we were at the St Kilda football ground, and I think John was in the scene too. And
I had to be in
we were running through somewhere, and we chased this guy. It's an enormous setup. Took us half the day, and this guy comes flying out of the crowd and tackles the guy. You know, he thought that this guy was actually for real. We had to do a whole new setup again. You know, that sort of things happened all the time.
You were all great mates and you all had a great time.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, it's all changed now, though.
Yeah, we can tell that, not.
I think also it was an Australian production. You know, they say we need more reflections of our society and our country up on those screens, and Cop Shop was a great merit. We loved it. We loved doing it.
Well, coming up next, we're going to catch up with the girls from Cop Shop in just a minute. Stick with us. We've seen the boys. Up next, we'll meet the saucy gals from Cop Shop.
Add a touch of spice to life.